All right, guys. So welcome to another episode of Mind Show Publishers, where we live that passive income life one idea at a time. So today's episode, I'm going to give you a review of M1 Finance. I'm not an expert on M1 Finance, but I tried it out last year and I'm going to continue to use it this year. So let's jump into this video so you can see what it's done for me. Okay, so we're logged into my account, as you can see over here. And basically, what it's showing you is where I'm currently at. So my current value of this account is $2,779.17. The gain that I have gotten is $278.08, which basically is a return of 16%. And if you know anything about the S&P 500, on average, you get about 7 to 8% returns. So I'm basically doubling that with what my portfolio is doing. I'm calling it a mildly aggressive, portfolio. I will show you the funding history so you can see exactly what I've put into it. I've put in a total of, for 2020, $2,350. And then so far this year, I've put in $150. Basically, every week after my initial investment of $1,000, I put in $150 every Monday. So that's why it's built up now to $2,500 that I have invested completely. And let's go to activity so you can see when I initially started. Here we go. Let's go to the next page here. All right. So this is my initial deposit. It shows that I basically put $1,000 in on October 26th. I did 2 deposits of $500 each. And then after that, it started on November 2nd, which would have been that next week. It put in $150, and that's on Monday. So every Monday, I have $150 that goes into this account. And since putting money in, you'll see there was a stock split on one of the shares. You can see all of the deposits that's gone in. Let's click on this stock share, the stock split, and it just it gives the security number, but it doesn't tell which actual security it was. Let me copy it. See if it will let me do a search on that particular one. I'll do a search on that, but I wanted to show you exactly what has happened basically in my portfolio. And as I mentioned, I'm not an expert on M1 Finance. I was watching another YouTube channel and they were talking about it, so I decided to try it out. I basically have gone in. I have different things that I have selected, all of these ETFs. I threw the Pfizer one in because, of course, we're in the pandemic. They're one of the companies that has a actual medicine that they have made is actually already on the market. So I figured it can't be too bad. It is not showing a profit on that particular one. It looks like I've lost $4, which is not bad. I only have 5% of my account in there. And you can see the different actual targets that I'm going for on each one of these items. And I pick certain things based on what I have in other accounts, like my 401k, my Roth IRA. You can see different percentages that I have in those accounts, and I adjust it with what I wanted in here. But overall, I'm happy with what my percentages are showing. I've only did one rebalance of this account, and what I did was, after I had been in there about 30 days or so, I just looked at which ones were pulling in a pretty good amount, meaning that it was kind of going up, and I rebalanced from that. I think I'm going to leave it like this for another quarter or so just to see what happens. Overall, I'm very pleased because I'm making money. If I wasn't making money, I'd be doing something different. But I think I'm going to keep these particular slices of the pie in there. And I've also already, if you look at the activity, I've also been getting dividends. So if we take off all of these other items, you can see that I've gotten dividends already on 9 of these items, and iShares Emergent DVYE has already given me a dividend for January already. It's not huge amounts, and I reinvest all of my dividends so that it buys more stock. You can basically see in here with how I have certain things set up, where it will basically, anything that comes in over here, you'll see auto invest, and I have that selected because I want everything to just go back into the account. But I think it's a very good account, really good returns. I'm not trying to get rich, off of this, but this was a way of, I had some extra money, and instead of just letting it sit in my savings account where you're getting barely pennies, each year from your account, why not put it somewhere else and get a return of 16%? Even if it was only 5%, it would still be better than a regular savings account that you may have at a big box bank. So this is my portfolio. If you're interested in knowing the different items, I will put a link to what my actual breakout is. Like I said, I'm not an expert in it, but mine seems to be doing pretty well. So I'm just going to let it continue investing every week by putting in the 150. And we'll look at this again at the end of the quarter to see how well or how well it has not been doing. But I think it's going to continue to do well. So hopefully this helped you out, showed you some of the items that's on M1 Finance, showed you the different things that I'm invested in. And you can see down here my description, my first try, $1,000 invested, 10, 24, 20, because that's what I wanted to actually remind myself of, was this is my first time trying M1 Finance. So hopefully it helped you out. Click and subscribe to my channel. Drop any questions you have down below, and I'll be sure to answer all of them. But thank you for joining Mind Show Publishers.